Just taking any comfortable seat, really, or another position. Okay. There's another. If you like to start in child's pose or on your back, just allowing yourself to focus inward and to use these poses and the breath as a technology back to the knowing, or what we already know is true. And that is the vastness of ourselves and the vastness of this life experience. And powerful clarity held in our minds. And that way, this process is intuitive. And therefore, always feeling free as we practice together to leave out what isn't working, to adjust and listen in to the calling of your own body. And to balance that ease and grace and intuitive care with this challenging yourself and the barriers that can be physically held within our body, these representations, the barriers and the constructs that we build up inside. That's most helpful. Our response is to clear those barriers away, to come back to the trueness, the stillness, the vastness of ourselves. And in those moments where we build heat and we build sensation, we stay engaged with that practice, clearing the way. Coming back to home with a few deep breaths. Inhale through the nose, back the nose and throat, breathe in. Exhale through the mouth, audible breath. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, let it go. And once more, inhale, fill up. Exhale. Inhale through the nose, closing the mouth, exhale out the nose. So in and out the nose now, drawing the breath through the back of the nose and throat, exhaling as if fogging a piece of glass underneath the nose. As you continue with your breath, see if you can draw your low belly gently in. Tuck the chin just slightly, feeling the front of your throat pull back and up. Creating those gentle locks on both sides of the core or near the top and bottom of your spine. And then feel your breath really expanding in the rib cage. And as you inhale, the belly inflates and the rib cage expands wide and front and back. And as you exhale, everything slowly deflates down, relaxes down, emptying out. And taking 5 deep breaths, holding those locks, the belly in, the chin Throat pulling in and up. Rib cage expanding. Belly rising and falling. So these last few breaths here, draw in a little nature, the sound of the birds outside, the light pouring in the room, a plant nearby. Bringing your hands to heart center, breathing in, sitting up tall. Exhale, bowing the head to heart. Honoring this practice, your day by day journey, returning to center, returning to self. And slowly lifting your head back up, lowering your hands down, flutter the eyes open. Welcome. And turn to face the top of your mat if you're not already there. We'll bring the right shin in front of the left, so easy seated pose. Go ahead and waddle your hips side to side for a moment, just feeling that shake through the pelvis. Your sit bones starting to root down. And then pause here, breathe in, reach the arms up. Hold your exhale. And breathe out, keep the arms to the sky. Again, breathe in, reach up. Hold the breath. Exhale, arms stay up. Good, last time, inhale. Hold the breath in. And hands float down, breathe out, exhale. Hands down in front of you. So pull the belly in tightly, start to round the spine, bend your elbows down. And allow your forearms to seek the earth. Just taking 3 or 4 breaths here. As you open the back body, folding forward, pulling the belly in, use the abs. And begin to walk your hands back in, sit yourself up. Keep the left heel into the groin, plant the right foot to the floor in front of you. So right knee is bent, foot to the floor, left heel is still in towards the groin. Arms reach forward. And then begin to lean back just a few inches so you feel your abs engage. Hold here, almost like your upper body is coming towards boat pose or Navasana. And then as you're leaning back, pulling the belly in, hug your arms in or shorten some of the space of your armpits, like you're plugging your arms back in to the socket of the armpits and the joint of the shoulder. And then as you lean back a little further, take a breath in. And as you exhale, come forward, shift your weight forward, come to kneeling on the right foot, left knee, reach the arms up. Good, and don't worry so much about the stance through your legs here. Just coming up to that left shin, right foot, press your hips forward, squeeze your buttocks, lift your heart up. Take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, cactus your arms, pause here. So elbows wide, fingertips wide, hug the shoulder blades back. Press your forearms back behind you, opening the chest. Tuck your tail, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Then inhale, reach your arms back up overhead. Exhale, start to sit back down. Good, so sitting behind the left heel, right leg straight, arms are up. Bringing your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Inhale, lengthen up through the fingertips. Exhale and fold forward over that right leg. So you can drape yourself forward for a moment here. This feeling more forehead to knee, curving in. Try to square your torso to the right leg and lower those left ribs towards the floor so that your spine, your torso is all parallel to the mat. Now begin to half lift, flattening your back, pulling your heart up, lengthening the spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Now you can stay here with your hands more underneath your shoulders, flattening your back, or reach down for the right foot. Hug your shoulder blades down your back body. Feel them almost drawing or connecting down to the back side of your hips. And then bend the elbows a little bit. Feel your arms engage, your biceps turn on. And then pull the heart forward, the eye of the chest, drawing towards the right big toe. Open the eye of the chest. Create some width across the front side of your torso. And sit yourself up, releasing your foot. And now draw your right heel into the groin, the left shin in front of the right shin. And really close up the knee joints as you find that fold. Arms come up, breathe in. Arms stay up, breathe out. Inhale, reach up through the fingertips, lift the shoulders up. Hold here, exhale. Inhale, shrug the shoulders high. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come down in front of you. Around your back, pull your belly in and allow your forearms to drape down towards the earth. Try to create some space through the back of your neck here. So chin is lifting up into the throat, and you feel the spaciousness between the tops of the shoulders and the occipital ridge or base of your skull. And pull the belly in and imagine rounding your low back behind you, creating more length and space down the spine as it curves, folding forward, elbows seeking the floor. One more breath here. And then begin to sit yourself up and step your left foot forward. Left foot down on the mat, left knee bent, arms reach forward in front of you, lean back. And so maybe leaning back a little further now on the second side, chest up, keeping the eye of the chest or the sternum open rather than collapsing inwards or towards the floor. And then hug your arms back. Feel your shoulder blades connected on the back body. Hugging your arms into the socket as you lean back a little further. Find your inhale breath. Exhale, come forward to kneeling. Rock onto that right shin, right knee, left foot. Arms come up. Tuck your tailbone under. Press your hips forward. And cactus your arms, elbows wide, forearms pressing back, heart lifts, chest up, look up. But notice that as you start to arch your back here, your tailbone might start to point back. So keep tucking the tail, rocking it underneath as you lift your chest, lift your gaze. Inhale, straighten out your arms, reach back up. Exhale, arms forward in front of you, start to sit back behind the right heel. Left leg straightens. Right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands down in front of you, folding over the left leg. So rounding here on this first few moments, tucking the chin, folding forehead towards your left knee, feeling that stretch to the back of your left knee, allowing the left leg to relax towards the floor as you round it in. Inhale, halfway lift. Start to flatten your back, lifting yourself more upright. Pressing your chest forward, elbows hanging down. Squaring yourself towards the left leg. And you can stay here with hands underneath the shoulder or again grab onto your left foot. And bend your elbows. Breathe in, breathe out. Anchor down through your left leg. Hug your left thigh back. Press the left sit bone towards the floor. One more breath in. Hinging forward, a little deeper breath out. Sit yourself back up. Cross your legs, come forward, tabletop, hands and knees. Take a few hip circles, pressing hips back towards one heel, the other heel, forward and around. Few breaths here, big breaths as you circle. And switch that direction of your circle, head the opposite way. Add in some other movements here, dipping each shoulder, looking left and right, maybe cat-cow. Find that freedom in your movement. Begin to check in a little deeper. Noticing those nuances from side to side and each day of this life. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, coming towards a neutral position now, hands underneath the shoulders, knees right underneath your hips. Inhale, let your tailbone rise, your belly drop, heart forward, look forward, pause here, breathe out. So holding this cow shape or arched back. Notice where the elbow pits point. Can you draw them a little bit more towards one another so they're not pointing straight forward? Find some softness through those elbow joints. And then pull the top of the chest up towards the throat. Feeling that arch through the upper back. And then use your belly button here. Can you glide your belly button more towards your tailbone? Like you're using that low belly to help stretch the tail back further, pressing your pubic bone back between your thighs. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, through your mid-spine and let your chin drop down to your chest. Make little half circles here. Chin towards one shoulder, chin towards the other shoulder. And lift your head back through center, look forward. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, pull your belly in. Tailbone tucks under. Press the mid-back to the sky. Pull the belly button tightly in again. Tuck the tail. Press into your hands. Now squeeze. Knees towards your wrists, wrists towards your knees. Hugging to the center line of your mat. Feel those abs engage as you hug the wrists back and hug the knees forward. Tuck your toes. Hover the knees an inch above the mat, re-engage, press the floor away, pull the belly in, keep the knees low, hug the knees forward towards the wrists back to the knees, pull the belly button in, tuck the tail, breathe in, breathe out. One more, inhale, down dog, exhale. Good, hips up and back. Find some stillness here. And bring your hands a little bit wider. Get those elbow pits to once more rotate towards one another rather than forward. Let's feel that natural set of your arms into your shoulders. And bring your feet a little closer together than hip width distance. Soften through the knees and make sure the knees are tracking in line with your middle toes. And then pull your low belly in and use that to push the pubic bone up and back. Relax the neck, maybe shaking your head. Start to walk your feet forward, coming towards your hands. Forward fold at the top of the mat. Let's go ahead and make this active. Bend your knees deeply and then bind onto your big toes with your peace fingers. You might be bent through the knees quite a lot, that's okay. As you try to connect belly to thighs,
Or you may be able to start to straighten out your legs a bit more, keeping that belly to thigh connection. Use your arms here to help stretch the upper back. So you're feeling yourself pull down your shoulder blades, relaxing down, feeling that spaciousness from your tail towards the mid-back. And then tilt some of your weight into your toes, squeeze your buttocks up. Gently glide your shoulder blades away from your ears. You just take a little circle with the crown of your head towards the floor, like you're feeling the head dangle at the end of a string, the way a weight would circle in the air, like a pendulum. And release the bind of your toes, bend the knees. Breathe in, halfway lift, hands to your shins, heart pulls forward, shoulder blades hug back. Exhale, fold in, round in, plant your hands beside you, tuck the chin, forehead to shins. Bend the knees again, root down into your heels, circle your arms wide as you stand all the way up, breathe in. Hands to heart center, breathe out. Inhale, circle the arms up. Side bend to the right. Right hand grabs the left wrist, reach up and over, press the hips to the left. Inhale through center, lift up. Exhale, side bending left, press the hips to the right, left hand, grab the right wrist, reach up and out. Inhale, back through center, look up. Exhale, cactus arms, press the hips way forward, reach back, look up. Inhale, lift through center, reach up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, belly to thighs, head hangs. Inhale, halfway lift, heart forward, shoulder blades hug to the hips. Exhale, round in, hands beside your feet, belly in, chin tucks. Step your feet back, down dog, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Inhale, high plank, shift your weight forward, shoulders over your wrists. Exhale, bend your elbows, slow lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, root the feet down, lift the heart up, baby cobra, inhale. Exhale to lower. Inhale, legs up, heart up, hold here, pause. Reach your arms back towards your feet. So arms straighten, fingertips are alive, separate them out. Rotate your thumbs a little higher towards the sky. Bring your legs closer together and then reach out those big toes till the kneecaps lift, legs fully straight. Root down through your belly button, use it and press the belly button down to lift your body up. Bend your knees, pointing your toes towards the back of your head, squeeze your legs towards one another. Lift your chest, lift your legs a little higher. Hands come back underneath the shoulders, legs straighten out. Firm the legs, lift the chest, slow lower all the way down. Tuck your toes, push up, plank pose, breathe in. Exhale, down dog, breathe out. 3 breaths here. Looking forward between your hands. Bend your knees, step forward or hop forward, top of your mat. Inhale to your half lift. Straighten, tilt the weight to your toes. Exhale, fold in, round in, forehead to the shins. Bend your knees, chair pose, heel to the feet to touch as the arms circle up. As you find your chair, make sure the big toes are touching, even if there's space between the heels. For this version, really getting that internal rotation of the hips, squeezing the knees and the legs together. Feel your tail, your hips rooting down to the heels and lift the rib cage, creating that space in your low back, accentuating that natural curve as you root the hips and lift the ribs. Arms are active, reaching towards the sky, rotate, thumbs out, pinkies in. Breathe in. Breathe out, sit a little lower. Another inhale breath. Exhale, sit. Inhale, legs straight and look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Separate your feet, hip width distance. Bend your knees, sit back down into your chair. So this time, feet hip width distance. Then hands to heart. And then pull your belly in enough to try to flatten through your back. So your tailbone is not scooped under, and it's not sticking at the back of the mat either. It's somewhere in between at a more neutral position. Your belly is pulling in to help prevent this accentuated arch. So we're not dumping into the low back, but you're feeling the belly pull in and counter. Reach your arms forward, sit a little lower. Hands back to heart center, inhale. Twist to the right, exhale. So as you twist, you keep this nice long spine without connecting the elbow down to the knee. You can also connect the elbow to the inside of the right knee or the outside of the right knee, but avoid dumping forward. So make sure your heart is above your hips. Twist, 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 breathe in. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Unwind through center, straighten out your legs, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, arms behind you, hinge forward. So flat back, yeah. Reaching your fingertips back. Pull the belly back in. Now come up onto toes, lift your heels, diver's pose. Good, challenging your balance. Lift the heels a little higher. Lower your chest down 1 more inch. Squeeze the shoulders back. Pull the front of the throat up. Begin to lower your heels down. Circle your arms to the sky. Chair pose. Sit a little lower. Pull the lower floating ribs in. Feel that firmness through your core as your tailbone anchors down. Hands to heart center. Breathe in. Twist to your left. Breathe out. So keeping this nice frame through the shoulders, the hands pressed together. You feel the shoulder blades talking to one another. And spaciousness through your neck. And balancing the challenge of the pose with this ease and openness through the upper body. Maybe your right elbow towards the outside of that left knee, keeping the chest and the heart above the hips. Hips squared to the top of the mat as you twist. 1 more breath in. Breath out. Unwind. Inhale. Arms up. Straighten out your legs. Diver's pose. Swing your arms back. Hinge forward. Bringing your spine close to parallel to the floor. Active through the arms. Lift the heels up. Coming onto your toes. Pull the belly in for support. Reach your tailbone way to the back of the mat as you press the crown of your head forward. Start to lower your heels down, bend your knees, sweep your arms up, straighten out your legs, reach up. Cactus arms, back bend. Inhale, straighten out, lift. Forward fold, exhale, come down. Inhale to your half lift, flatten your back. Exhale, fold in, round in. Step your left foot back, low lunge right side. Sink the hips, separate the legs, root into the right heel. Find spaciousness through your neck. Relax the shoulders. Let your legs take the load. Left heel drops in and down, circle to warrior 1, arms come up. Rise up, sink into your warrior, bend that front knee. Right hand grabs the left wrist, root into the outside of your left foot, and then lift that left arm up and over towards the right. Just leaning towards the right. As you root back into that right heel, anchor your tailbone straight down towards the floor. Arm back to warrior 1, and warrior 2, open up. Circle your arms to parallel. Just making those micro adjustments in alignment, exploring sensation.
Find a little movement in your warrior two. And engage here with the breath. Strong breathing, focused eye gaze, strong body, legs, feet pressing down. Straighten out your front leg. Good, so you can keep a long stance. We're gonna come to straight leg triangle. If you'd like, you can step your back foot in a few inches. Begin to reach forward through your front arm, lengthening and hinging at your hips. Right hand can come onto the right shin, left hand onto your left hip. Avoid locking out this right knee, keep a micro bend there. If your right hand is going to stay on your right shin, press it actively into the right shin, the shin resisting back into the hand, helping to create length from this right hip crease to right armpit. Stack the shoulders, rotate your gaze up. Keep pressing your tailbone towards your left big toe. Maybe the right hand can slide down further towards the floor, bringing your spine parallel to the earth. Maybe the right fingertips touch down to the floor. Keep drawing your belly button in and back towards your left hip bone. Stacking your shoulders, hug them on your back body, open up your chest. Maybe the left arm reaches up or overhead to stretch that left side body long. Take your time, circle your hands down to frame your front foot. Spike your back heel, bending into the front knee, low lunge. Lower your left down, untuck your left toes, squeeze to the center line, hugging your legs in as you rise the arms up to half warrior. And lower your hands down to your hips. And then swing your left heel behind you as you open your chest towards the left side of your mat. Right hand comes down on the inside of your right foot. So here we're in a modified extended side angle pose. Right, the legs are about at 90-90. So this right heel is directly underneath the right knee. Your left knee is underneath your left hip. Your heel and left knee can be on one line, or that right heel can come a little bit wider. This is going to give you more balance. A little bit different stretch through your hip. And then again, stack the shoulders, open the chest, lift the heart up. Let's come into half bind in this pose. So left hand comes across the low back towards that right hip crease. Reaching the fingertips towards the hip crease, opening that left shoulder back. And then allow your right ear to drop towards your right shoulder and keep hugging your left shoulder blade onto your back body. Breathe here and feel the spaciousness between your left ear and left shoulder. If you'd like to try the full bind, right hand can come underneath the right thigh. Then release your binds. Take your hands down. Hands down underneath your shoulders, sort of off to the left side of the mat. And then walk your hands away from your legs, pressing your hands down on your hips back in space. So your upper body is like in downward facing dog, and your low body is holding the position from the previous pose, from that bind pose or modified extended side angle. Hips pressing back towards the left heel, chest pressing to the floor, body long, right knee wide. Breathe in. Breathe out. And walk the hands back in.
Swivel that left heel to the back of the mat once more, tucking the left toes, lift the knee, find your low lunge on the right side. Walk your hands towards the left, wide-legged fold, turning your toes to the long edges of the mat, heels slightly out, toes in. Forward fold, hanging down between your legs. You can reach for opposite elbows and hang. You can keep the hands underneath the shoulders, flattening the back so you're a little bit more supported. Using the arms to support the weight of your torso or your mid-body. Now separate your sit bones and lift your tail up. Feel that spaciousness between your legs, in the groin, and between your sit bones. Breathe in, breathe out. Walk your hands toward the top of the mat. Good, step forward, top of the mat, breathe in, half lift. Exhale, fold in round. Root to rise, arms wide, stand all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to your back bend, arms sweep up. Hands can stay together or cactus arms as you press the hips forward, lift the chest. Inhale through center, reach up. Forward fold all the way down, bend the knees, head hangs. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Low lunge, left side, sink the hips down. And feeling your legs separate, root down to the left heel. Slow it down, find the breath. Notice where you have any tension here in the face, relaxed jaw. Root down to that left heel firmly. Dial the right heel in and down. Back foot comes to a 45 as you rise up, warrior one. Breathe in. Exhale, settle in. Find that deep lunge, bending into your left knee more than you think. And seal the outside edge of the right foot to the mat. Square your chest forward, reaching that right armpit forward and up. Hug the left armpit down and back. Left hand grabs the right wrist as you firm through the right leg. Reach your torso to the left, using the left hand to lengthen the right wrist up and away from that right hip bone. Arms reach back to the sky, opening up. Warrior two, breathe out. Arms coming to parallel, you can adjust your feet if you like. Find a little bit of movement as you make all those micro adjustments. Keep your breath strong and your eye gaze focused forward over your front hand. Straighten out your front leg. Coming to straight leg triangle, remember you can always step that back foot in a few inches. Shift your hips back in space as you reach your torso forward, lengthen forward through that left hand. Left hand comes down onto your left shin. Right hand can come onto your right hip. Remember to keep that micro bend through the left knee and hug the left kneecap up and back. Maybe you can come down a little further. Left fingertips coming closer to the floor or onto the floor. Push your tailbone towards the right big toe. Firm through your feet. Press down. Rotate your chest up. Maybe you can look up. Completing that rotation of your spine. If the left hand is resting on the left thigh or the left shin, press those 2 points together and help to lengthen space between the left armpit and the left hip crease. Maybe the right arm reaches up. Maybe it reaches overhead, lengthening through the side body. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more breaths. Circle your arms towards the floor, bend through your front knee, low lunge. Lower your right knee down. Untuck your right toes. Arms come up, half warrior. Tailbone is scooping under now, hips pressing gently forward, opening through that right hip. Firm through the front side of your core. Stabilize and breathe. Lowering your hands onto your hips. Swing the right heel back behind you as you open your chest towards the right. Left hand to the inside of your left foot as you lower down. So this right heel is here for your kickstand of support. Swiveling it wherever feels stable. Left heel and right knee can be on one line, or you can open that left foot a little wider towards the left. This is going to give you more stability for your balance. And then try to stack your shoulders. Hug that right shoulder blade towards your spine. Coming into our half bind, right hand coming across the low back towards the left hip crease. So the right hand can always rest on the sacrum. You can lift up to get that bind. And then lower back down. Once you have the bind, hug the right shoulder back again towards the mid-back. Allow your left ear to drop to the left shoulder. Feel that stretch between right ear, right shoulder. 3 breaths. Maybe coming into your full bind, taking the left hand, reaching underneath that left thigh. Releasing your binds. Take your hands down towards that long edge of your mat, or towards the right. Now start to walk your hands off of the mat and press your hips back in space. Your hips towards the right heel. Your arms forward away from your hips. Your chest pressing down to the floor. Left knee opening wide. Walk your hands back in, frame your front foot, swivel the right heel back, tucking the right toes, lift the right knee up, low lunge, left leg. Shift your weight forward, step forward, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold in, round. Bend the knees, root to rise, arms wide, stand all the way up. Hands to heart center, breathe out. Inhale, circle the arms back up. Right arm swings under left for eagle wrap through the arms. So right elbow underneath left, crossing at the forearms, crossing at the wrists. Back of the wrists can always hug together, or you can hug back for your shoulder blades, reaching hands towards the spine. As choosing your variation, find some spaciousness through your neck here. So pull the shoulder blades down, or think about hugging your elbows in towards your chest until you can drop the shoulder blades down. That's the point of integrity you're working from in your neck stretch. As you lengthen the back of the skull up, the chin slightly into the throat. Bend your knee, find chair pose. And notice if there's any change now in your shoulders and neck. Can you find that spaciousness again? Sit the shoulder blades down. Feel the stretch through your shoulders, through your neck. Maybe the forearms press gently forward. Right leg up and over the left. You can always keep those right toes down as a kickstand of support as you squeeze the thighs together. Or try to hook your right toes behind the left calf. Bend the knees. Sink the tail down towards the left heel. Hold the belly in and push the hips gently forward, feeling those low abs engage as you stack shoulders over hips, hips over heel. Pull the knees to the center line of the body, so right hip crease glides back. Breathe in. Breathe out, sit a little lower. Start to unwind your legs, unwind your arms, big breath, arms circle to the sky. Hands to heart center, exhale, firm the legs, stand tall, stand proud, focus your eyelids. Breathe in, breathe out. Left side, inhale, arms up. Exhale, left arm under right. Crossing at elbows, maybe wrists. Or finding your alternate variation for your arm wrap. Try to keep your wrists straight. Good, shoulders hug down. Maybe the elbows need to come into the chest so that the shoulders can drop and relax, creating that stretch for your neck. Lengthen the base of the skull towards the sky. Bend your knees, find your chair pose, pause here. Notice any changes through the spine that radiate up to the shoulders and the neck. Find your alignment and your stretch once more. Maybe forearms press forward. Left leg up and over the right, either keeping your kickstand or tucking those left toes towards behind the right calf. Bend your knees. Press your hips forward, getting your tailbone above the right heel. Glide that left hip crease back to bring your knees to the center line of your body. Pull your right elbow towards your left, helping your elbows to center. Firm your belly for balance. Focus your eye gaze. Breathe in. Breathe out, sit a little lower. Unwind your legs, unwind your arms. Inhale, big breath. Circle the arms high to the sky. Hands to heart center, full breath out. Inhale to your back bend, sweep the arms up. Pause here, you can cactus arms or keep the hands together as you reach up, reach back. Take one breath. Inhale, lift through center, reaching up. Forward fold, exhale, let it go. Bend the knees, belly to thighs, head hands. Inhale, halfway lift, feet hip width distance. Round and fold in, exhale. Step your feet back, down dog. Inhale, exhale, 3 breaths here. Hands wide, shoulders broad. And gently lower your knees down to the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders. 3 cat-cow breaths. Breathe in, tailbone up, belly drops, heart forward. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. 3 more at your own pace here. Breathing in, breathing out. Making your way towards easy seated pose. And then go ahead, extend your legs forward. And take your hands behind you, fingertips point forward. And, okay, I changed my mind. Go ahead and bend your knees. So bend your knees so your feet come to the floor and your hands are behind you, fingertips point forward. And then see if you can scoop your tailbone under. So maybe picking up your hips kind of curling your tail under, and then setting your hips back down. So you're going to feel your tailbone kind of pointing towards your heels. And then bend more through your elbows, like you're going to dip your elbows to the floor, and now press your chest up. Root every fingertip down to the floor. Try to roll those shoulder heads back. Opening at the chest, stretching through the shoulders. And maybe gently moving your head around nice and slow, just to notice any of those tight spots through the neck, through the shoulders. Keep firm through your arms. You're really strong there. You're bent through the elbows. Triceps are doing work. Chest is lifting. Tailbone scooping under. Breathing in, breathing out. Start to bend your elbows more. And see if you can slowly lower down to your forearms. Good. Lift your chest up. Lift your gaze up. Press down firmly to your elbows. Really strongly pressing the elbows to the floor to help lift that very top part of your chest up to the sky. Keep your gaze up and feel your neck working to keep your head in line, your neck in line with the rest of your spine. Now, can you reverse this movement? Start to press into your palms, hover your elbows, slowly straighten out your arms, lift back up. Lower your gaze, look forward. Good. Extend your right leg long, bend your left knee, find a seat. So right leg long, left knee bent. Left heel can stay to the inside of your right thigh, or pick up your left foot and bring it onto the top of your right thigh. What you'd like is to close the knee joint as much as possible, so to really get that left heel close to your right hip crease. And then we'll pause here for a moment. Breathe in and sit up as tall as you can. Now you might be feeling the pressure of your left foot on that right thigh. And it's sort of massaging into that right leg. Maybe it's not super comfortable. You're breathing through it. You're allowing those muscles to relax, and that built up acid and nutrients that have become stale within the right leg to start to disperse. Now you can stay right here or start to hinge forward, keeping your back flat. You have lots of options. You can take your hands and grab somewhere on your right leg, maybe grabbing your right foot. But when you start to round your back, be mindful of that and find the lift again to flatten your spine. You can also sort of hug this left knee, taking your left hand to the outside of your left knee and just gently hinging forward as you hold the left leg. Or you can come left hand, reaching across your low back towards those left toes on the right side. Right hand down to the outside edge of your right foot. Flatten the back. Square your chest forward. Maybe hinging forward, forehead getting close to the right knee. Good, beautiful job. Begin to unwind. Take your time. Be gentle with this left knee, maybe holding left hand to left knee, right hand to left foot, and helping unwind that left leg. And then bend both knees, little windshield wiper side to side, rocking left, rocking right. Then extend the left leg long, right heel comes in towards the inside of your left thigh. Sit yourself up tall. Remember, you can stay here, or closing this right knee joint all the way, help bring that right heel to the top of your left thigh. And you can use the shin, you can kind of pull here to sit yourself up. Or you can take your hands down to your sides to sit yourself up. You can even lean back a bit, right? So if this is just not working, you can lean back and just try to keep your spine still straight, but you're leaning back at an angle to allow for this left leg straightness, right? So hamstring might be too tight to sit up. That's okay, you can lean back. Breathe in. Breathe out. So maybe staying where you are or hinging forward, maybe reaching down on this left thigh. Lengthening heart forward, chest up. Or maybe grabbing onto this left foot. But as you start to round through the upper back, that might be a signal you've gone too far. Or maybe you can still find a bit of that lift and flatten your back once more. You want to go a little further. Right hand comes across your low back towards your right toes on the left side. On this side, my clasp is not there. And then left hand to the outside of your left foot. Lift your chest, square it forward. 2 breaths wherever you are. Now begin to sit yourself back up. And helping your right knee, grab the right hand to right knee, left hand to right foot. Good, lifting the leg up, rotate the leg, gently unwind. Good, and then extend both legs long, rolling onto your back body now. Once you roll onto your back, you can windshield wiper your knees side to side, take a little motion, maybe happy baby. Take a gentle spinal twist here. Bringing your feet to the center, bending the knees, heels towards your buttocks. Offset your hips to the right a few inches. Lift your knees up, shins parallel to the sky. Float the knees over to the left, stacking knees, stacking thighs, stacking ankles. Rotate through your midline. Try to bring your shoulders back to the earth as you breathe into the core. Exhale, twist and draw your eye gaze to the right. When you're ready, unwind. Offset your hips several inches now to the left. Draw your knees in towards your chest, bringing your shins parallel to the sky. And then float your knees over to the right. Stack the knees, stack the hips. Breathe in, expand through your core. Exhale, try to get your shoulders back to the mat. Eye gaze can float to the left. Unwinding through center, extending one leg, extending the other. Hands to your sides, palms up, or hands resting to your belly. Feeling the rise and fall of your breath.
moment, feeling a connection to the earth, to the mat beneath you. Feeling yourself coming back to home. Feeling the spaciousness of the moment. The expansion of your breath in and out. Starting to find a little movement through the fingers, through the toes, rocking your chin side to side. Massaging the back of your head into the neck. Bending up one knee and the other, rolling left or right. Maybe taking a pause and a breath before slowly working your way to seated. Long spine, relaxed legs, arms resting down, hands on your knees, straighten out your arms for a moment, lifting up the chest. Draw the front of the throat back. Bringing your hands to heart center, breathe in, lift the heart up. Exhale, bow the head down. Thank you all. Namaste. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Lauren. Appreciate it. It was great.